Hi everyone, Gregory here, and welcome to part 2 of my top 10 movies that I hate, but everyone seems to like. If you haven't seen part 1, I strongly suggest you watch part 1 before you watch part 2. In this part 2, we're going to continue where we left off. We're going to start from number 5, this is going to be the conclusion, so let's not waste any time. Let's get started. Number 5. Scooby Doo. Okay, there's this is actually I'm talking about the very first Scooby Doo movie. Cause I know they made a sequel part 2, which is good, and the prequels actually are pretty interesting, but I never really watched it. I don't know. It never got me interested in the Scooby Doo franchise or the movies, but Scooby Doo, the movie, the very first Scooby Doo movie, and during the time, it was really awesome that they announced they're gonna make a live action Scooby Doo movie, which I was really excited because I really want to see Scooby Doo in the big screen in live action, and I saw the trailers of it. It was a pretty good trailer, but when I saw Scooby Doo, I knew the movie's gonna suck balls, like right away. And I saw the movie on Cartoon Network a few months ago, and I did not like this movie. Like, this movie is not really good. It did stay close to the original show as possible. They did that. But the characters they're not like in the show. Shaggy and Scooby is the same. I don't like this movie. The main thing that really makes me hate this movie is Scrappy Doo. Main reason why, because Scrappy Doo was never, I repeat, never a bad guy. He was never a bad guy in the cartoons, because he was Scooby's nephew. He's always there for his nephew, and Shaggy saves him. Yeah, sure, he gets kidnapped once in a while, but he's always there, to save his uncle. He's always a brave dog. But and Doug Walker did talk about Scooby Doo on Nostalgia Playlist, which I thank him for reviewing Scooby Doo movie, because I hate this movie. And the one thing I had to disagree with him is about Scrappy Doo. They say that oh, he's annoying, he won't shut up. He's a freaking catchphrase. Okay, Doug Walker, you gotta understand. Well, actually no, I won't say what. I'll say this. I'm gonna say this. Scrappy Doo is supposed to be like that. It's for the kids. The kids will love Scrappy Doo because he's a very enjoyable character. And I like him. As a kid growing up, I used to watch the Scooby Doo and Scrappy Doo show on Cartoon Network. It was awesome. I love this character. And he is funny, he's clever, and I like him. But when this movie came in, they messed up the character. They really messed up the character really badly. And Scooby was never, actually not Scooby, Scrappy was never a bad guy. And the reason why he turned to a bad guy because he got kicked out of the Mystery Inc. gang, and just because he took a piss on Daphne and everything. I think, since when that ever happened? And now you make him a bad guy because of that? And the idea of giving a backstory is way too rushed and over the top. It should have been done like towards the end of it, and it's not really good. And the CGI is actually pretty dated, and it's a really bad film. And I just don't like the movie. The movie is a pile of crap, and it's stupid, and it's not funny. Some of the jokes are not really good jokes, and I never laugh at this movie. And the Scooby-Doo burpee and fart jokes are the highlight of the movie. And I just hate it. But when Scooby-Doo 2 came out, they learned a lesson. This is what the first movie should have been like that. But everyone likes the Scooby-Doo movie. They all liked it. I don't like it. It really gets under my skin that I hate this movie, and this movie is crap. It's pure crap. So, what else can I say about the Scooby-Doo movie? I hate it. The rest of the Scooby-Doo live-action movies are good. This movie should be forgotten. So, yeah, what can I say? Number 4. Abraham Lincoln, the Vampire Slayer, or Hunter, whatever you call it. Um, I really, I don't know. Am I the only one? Like I said about cars, about cars and Avatar. Actually, not actually only cars. Actually, no, Elf. I said about Elf. I don't know if it's me, but I don't know. Ain't this is one of the stupidest idea about taking Abraham, the greatest president of all time, one of our founding fathers of America, and made him as a vampire hunter. It insults the president. It insults the historical America's history. It insults everything from beginning to end. It's horrible. I was laughing at this movie so hard because it's so ridiculously dumb. What I heard that it was actually based on a book, and the book was so good they actually made a movie out of it. The book was so good, made a movie. I'm so surprised this movie earned money. It did earn money, and it didn't earn any awards, but I don't like it. I thought it was a stupid idea. Like, to get the film credit, the technology they did like the visuals and the action scenes are pretty damn impressive, and but that's the whole thing about the movie. It has the action scenes and it's good action and everything, yada, whatever. But to have Abraham Lincoln to be a vampire slayer, it's like giving, it's like, this is like Castle. You know what? No, this is not Abraham Lincoln. This is freaking Castlevania. This is Castlevania. I mean, think about it. We have Simon Belmont, the Castlevania games, is a vampire hunter, like fighting off like creatures and bad guys, and fights off Dracula. But you just give an axe to Simon Belmont, he'll be cutting off some bad guys and fighting. It's like you give Simon Belmont not a whip, but an axe and everything, and it's like giving a whip to Abraham Lincoln. Like, and also, since when Abraham Lincoln became a vampire slayer? He was never a vampire slayer. Since when? I mean, it really, I just don't understand why people like it. I don't like it. I thought it was a stupid idea. And it wasn't until when Steven Spielberg's movie Lincoln, which that was a movie that was done the right way. It stayed close. But this is an abomination. This movie is an abomination. I saw previews of it. I saw the poster of it, clips of it. This movie didn't give me interest. And believe it or not, people, Tim Burton was involved in this movie. He was involved. He was the executive producer, and thank God he wasn't the director of this movie, because I don't want him to direct this movie, because I like Tim Burton. I love his work. I love all of his movies, and I just don't like it. And I just like when he did the movie, and it's a horrible film where the writing is ridiculous. The story is beyond insulting. And the plot is, oh my god, we've seen horror films or thriller about a hunter hunting down, fighting off monsters like werewolves and vampires. We've seen that already in Van Helsing. If you watch Van Helsing, you can see what I'm talking about. So, what else can I say about Abraham Lincoln, the vampire hunter? I hate the movie. Number 3. Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Now, I know there are so many versions of Alice in Wonderland, but I think the most famous one was the Disney version, made by Walt Disney, the cartoon version, which I really loved that version. But when I heard that Tim Burton's gonna do a reinterpretation of Alice in Wonderland, I thought to myself, this should be very interesting. I want to see how it pulled off, and as a result, the movie was a mess. It was a complete mess. And no disrespect to Tim Burton, because I like his work. And he just, I don't know what's going on in this movie. This movie, it makes no sense. I mean, this is not an Alice in Wonderland movie. This is Alice in Wonderland 2. This is a sequel. It's a freaking sequel. If it's a sequel, if we see Alice older getting married, this had nothing to do with the original novel. Because in the original, Alice was a little girl going to Wonderland, going to these strange places with strange people who are crazy, and I guess I know why Lewis Carroll was high during his time, but I digress. It's just that since this had nothing to do with the original, and it just is a horrible film. Like the acting is so over the top, it's so bland, and the accent, the thick British accents, you can't even understand the word they're saying. They always talk in this loud, no, not loud, no, not loud, a low voice, like, that's how they talk. They talk that way. Come on, speak up. We want to understand what you're saying. And since when Alice holds a sword and an armor suit? Like, since when? And Johnny Depp as the Mad Hatter. It's my same thing about the Joker from The Dark Knight. Like, it sounds just put like a messed up makeup face. And saying with the Mad Hatter is so. Oh my god! I know what they're trying to do with the makeup on the Mad Hatter on Johnny Depp. They might make it look like he is mad, he's crazy, but you don't need to. You don't need to make him crazy. He's crazy as his personality and everything. And since when I mean, the Mad Hatter breakdown, that's the highlight of the movie, and it's such a bland story with bland characters. If this is a sequel to Alice in Wonderland books, that's fine. But you had to they put like hey, let's put like Alice in Wonderland 2. That'd be good. But I know they can't put number 2 because everyone's gonna think that there's already been an Alice in Wonderland movie already made, and things like that. But at least if you could do a film version of Alice in Wonderland, that's fine. But you got to make it faithful to the novel. I mean, the Disney version, the cartoon version, is a lot more better than this crap. I really hate this movie, and my brother bought it on DVD. He enjoys it. I don't enjoy it. My mom don't enjoy it. I don't like this movie, and it's so popular. Like, we see toys, we see the hat, and hell, even when I was at MegaCon at the convention center, everyone's dressed not as the Mad Hatter from the Tim Burton version. I was like, oh my god, why people? Well, like I said, I don't understand it. I mean, you don't have to understand it, but a lot of people seem to like it. And if you like Tim Burton, Alice in Wonderland, that's great. More power to you. But I just don't like it. If you're a fan to the Lewis Carroll books, you're not gonna like this one. I mean, if you want to see the other Alice in Wonderland movies, like there's like live action one or the famous Disney one by Walt Disney, that's fine. Watch this one. Yeah, and trust me, you're not gonna enjoy this one. So, well, that's Alice in Wonderland for you. Number 2. Tron Legacy. Okay, I talk about this movie way too much, and this is gonna be my last time talking about Tron Legacy because I've been over and over this about it. But I'm gonna explain this in detail. I got mixed feelings with Tron Legacy. I like it and dislike it at the same time. But I'll tell you the things that I like about the movie. The CGI, the action scenes, and the music by Daft Punk. These are the 3 things that makes it so good. The few things I don't like about it is the story. Is the character of Tron is barely in it. I mean, we don't see him half the time, but everything. And Sam, he's bland, and Jeff Bridges as Flynn. Actually, no, not him. What can I say? It's like, oh my god. But like I said, it's a mixed kind of opinion sort of thing. So, Tron Legacy is beautiful and very awesome to watch, but it's not a very good story. Like, we had the story about Flynn who who tell his son Santa about this world he entered, and then suddenly he disappeared, and he never came back to see him. And then we have Sam, who grew up without a father, and as he grows older, he goes into trouble, and he got into trouble because he's so misunderstood. He can't understand the world, but then suddenly he has to go find his father because he sent a message to Alan, and then he gets to go to the, and we've seen this already. And the character of Sam, he is bland, he's forgettable. He's so bland. He's not interesting. He's not an interesting character, and it did explain like why Tron became a bad guy. Like Flynn said that he recreated Clue, which Clue, worst villain. You could obviously when Sam entered the game grid, when we see Clue, it's obviously that he's the villain because he has that orange lights. Obviously that he is the villain. He is definitely the villain. And Flynn recreates him. He wants to make this world like a new world order, and then he created a monster. It's a Frankenstein story. It's the same story as the Frankenstein story. That's Frankenstein. We've seen it already. And Tron, he was protecting him and everything. I mean, the movie's called Tron Legacy, so this should be about Tron. I mean, come on, guys. He defeated the MCP. Remember, in the first film, he defeated the MCP. Come on, it should be all about this guy, Tron. I mean, the title sticks out like a sore thumb. I just don't understand why they can't just be about Tron. We don't care about Sam. We don't care what he's been going through. We've seen this part already. Why can't it be just about Tron? About this guy? And on top of that, to the film's credit, the music is incredible. It's incredible. Daft Punk, as always, they're awesome. I had to one of the songs, only one song, one more time, and the light cycle scenes are really improved. I mean, there's a lot of action, a lot of intensity, and everything. It's a very good film. I really did enjoy it, and actually, not. It's not. Actually, no. Scratch that. I can't say good film. On top of that, it's such a bland story, and I heard they're making a sequel to this movie, and I just hope that the story could be a lot more better. And they didn't, and some of the parts are kind of a little bit rushed at times, because you look at Tron, it's slow, but it takes its time to create the intention. Like we want to see this world and everything, and things like that. But this was rushed at times. Like we had to go to we have this Sam has to go to the club, and we got to talk to this guy about the other world and internet, and I don't know. You guys saw the movie, so you guys know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. But what can I say? I don't like Tron Legacy, and the part that I mentioned in my first part of the video about Space Jam, about the technology and story. This movie relies way too much on CGI. Way too much on CGI. Because just because it's okay. I'm gonna try and explain this. This movie relies way too much on CGI. It's trying to pay more attention to the CGI side of the story. Like just because you have CGI, you gotta have an action scene. I mean, that's what the audience misses. Like they pay attention more at the action scenes and the CGI than the story. The story's like, we don't care about the story. Let's give them like some action. There's lots of action. We want to see it. No, you got. I mean, if you could do an action scene, you got to build it up and have the character lead into the situation that leads to the action scene. Like the characters in the struggling, like they gotta fight that villain and everything, like in the danger. That's one thing, but they relies way too much on CGI, and that's why this movie didn't do so well. For me, to be honest. But the movie did earn money, and the critics got mixed opinions about it. I don't like the movie. The movie is horrible, and kind of like the worst. I can't say it's the worst sequel. It's beautiful and nice to watch, but the story is not that really good. So what can I say? Tron Legacy, good special effects, good action scenes, but the story not that really good. And the number one movie that I hate but everyone seems to like is High School Musical. Oh my god, I really hate this movie. Like, I hate it. I hate it when the first time this movie came out on this channel. The story is the same. The characters are the same. And they're morons. They're boring. They're bland. The songs are forgettable. Everything about this movie is forgettable. You can see my reaction, like, how much I hate this movie. And it's a typical... You know what? Hold on. It's Grease. The movie is freaking Grease. From beginning to end, it's Grease. I mean... The story is like Grease. If you compare Grease and High School Musical, you can see what I'm talking about. We had this boy who met this girl, and they gave each other his numbers, and then suddenly made each other in high school. What a surprise! And then suddenly they started falling in love, and then he has to pay attention more to the basketball, like with his friends, and to get the championship and everything, and then some misunderstanding and things like that. It's a horrible story. I hate it because it's the stupid goddamn concept. Like it's oh my god. Hold on, I'm gonna try to cool down. My point is that if you could do a musical for especially for Disney, because Disney do a lot of good musicals back in the day, and they could do a lot of good ones. But if you could do for Disney Channel, if you could do a musical film that takes place in high school, make the characters original. You have to make an original story. Like, yeah, and there's one thing that this film doesn't have. There's no originality. The story has, okay, I'll say this. The story has no originality. The character has no originality. There's nothing about this movie. And what's worse, that they made a sequel to this movie. A sequel. This movie was so good to make a sequel, and they're not even in high school. They're in summer school. I mean, this makes no sense. Why do you want to make a sequel? The sequel doesn't take place in high school. They're outside of high school. Why? It makes no sense. It's stupid. It's bland. This movie should have two movies, but High School Musical, High School Part 2 when they graduate. That's it. You don't need a Part 2. The third one is Part 2. The third one, which became the most anticipated High School Musical film ever made, this is Part 3 in the movie theater. Last movie. Oh my god, and thank god it's the last movie. And this movie did earn money. It's such a bland story, bland characters, are so forgettable. And okay, the actors, they did okay, but they're kind of bland. Like Zac Efron, he's bland. He could act really good, but he's bland. But I like him in Hairspray. He did pretty good in Hairspray. And Vanessa Hudgens, got nothing on her. And Ashley Tisdale, why? I like Ashley Tisdale. She could be a very good actress, and I like her in Zack and Cody. She did good in Zack and Cody. She can't sing, and her voice is fake when she sings, and her acting is so over the top. And this is my question: is she the villain in this movie, or whatever? Because this movie, she would have been a villain. This movie's not even give us any answers. Is she the villain or not the villain? Come on, you're going up and down, up and down, up and down. Like, what's the hell? Like, it's such a bland story with bland characters are so forgettable. This movie is forgettable, and this movie is so popular to me. They released a CD soundtrack, not only the original soundtrack, but remixes, extended editions. They really released director's cut. High School Musical was everywhere. Broadway, concerts, it was getting the High School Musical fever. That's what I'm called, the High School Musical fever. This is such a bland story. It's so. Oof. So you can see why my reaction on why I hate this movie, and I just hate it because it's a stupid movie. But a lot of people seem to like it. But if you like High School Musical, like if you're a fan of it, that's great. More power to you. Like I said before, I said it too many times, but this is my last time. More power to you. But I just don't like it, and this is a lot of Disney fans says this is the movie that started the downhill for Disney. That it started. Disney Channel is going downhill, like really going downhill. You can see that Disney Channel is trying to kind of upright. Actually, Disney Channel is failing. It's dying. Disney, the studio, the company is still doing good. This channel is not doing so good. And I'll say this one thing: nothing good comes out from Disney Channel anymore. So it's not really good. So that's what I can say about High School Musical. So people, that's it. This concludes my top 10 movies that I hate but everyone seems to like. If you got any opinions on the movies that I hate, if you got actually I'll say this: if you guys got any opinions or anything on it, and if it is anything else you want to say about the movies that the movies that I put on this list, if you got anything to say about it, just leave a comment down below. And if there's any negative comments or anything, I will delete it. So don't try it. But like I said, it is all opinion based. So what I'm trying to show everyone is that we all have different types of movies. We all don't like the same movies. If we don't like it, we don't like it. If we give our opinions and explain why we don't like it, then that's okay. So that's what I'm gonna say. So if you like this video, please rate and subscribe it. If you like this video, press like and whatever. So so that's it. So have a good night. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time.